page 179 of social studies. So open your social studies book, 179, have your notes ready, and we're starting at the Confederation government. The next several years were critical ones for the young republic. It soon became clear that the new national government was too weak to handle the problems facing the United States. They wanted a weak central government so that the states could be in charge, but it's not working. They need a strong government because they're up against other countries that have been established for hundreds and hundreds of years. So, government not working. And here's why it is not working. Like I said, they're going up against other countries that have had government for a long, long time. Okay, it's the weak Congress could not pass laws unless 9 states were in favor of it. Changing the articles required approval of all 13 states, and this made it hard for Congress to pass laws when there were any disagreements. Even with these challenges, the new government managed some key achievements. Under the Confederation government, America negotiated a peace treaty with Britain and expanded the country's foreign trade. The Confederation also helped with settling and governing the country's western lands. Okay, but they did bonuses. They did the Treaty of Paris. Right? Improved trade. And settled west. So the Confederation wasn't completely bad because they were successful on some things, but they're just really, really limited. Okay, the Articles of Confederations did not propose a way to add new states. Yet, there were settlers living in the west of the Appalachian Mountains, the outside of existing states. So, all of the original colonies are on the east coast, and then there's the mountain range, and then there's all the west from the mountain range, Mississippi River, all the way to California, right? But they don't have a way to settle that. They didn't make a plan for it. They didn't make a plan for any of that. So, these western settlers wanted to organize their lands as states and join the Union. So all the settlers over there want to live in a state and join the Union because then they're protected by the government, right? Under the term of the Treaty of Paris, British gave up control of the land north of the Ohio River and west of the Appalachian Mountains. Many Americans were eager to settle in this region. The United States government had to establish policies for the settlement of western lands. Another challenge was to come with the orderly process by which new territories could achieve statehood. So then we're on page 180. Okay. In 1785, the Confederation of Congress passed an ordinance. So we have a new vocabulary word here. Ordinance. An ordinance is a law. What were they limited on? They couldn't make laws, but now they had to make an ordinance to make new laws. Okay. That set up a process to survey the lands in the north of the Ohio River. A new law divided this large area into townships 6 miles long and 6 miles wide. These townships are then divided into 36 sections of 640 acres. The government would sell each section at public auction or sale for at least $1 an acre. Concerned about lawless people moving into the western lands, Henry Lee, the president of Congress, urged that the rights of property be clearly defined by the government. Congress drafted another law to protect its interest in the hardworking settlers. Okay, so they're trying to settle. So this law set terms for new states, and lands. Okay? Okay. The Northwest Ordinance passed in 1778 created a single Northwest territory of land from the Ohio River east of the Mississippi. The lands were divided into 5 smaller territories. When a territory had 60,000 residents, the people could seek statehood. Okay, so how do you get statehood? So now we're in the Northwest Territory. Okay, so they could get 60,000, 60,000, people could get statehood. Okay. Each new state would have the same standing as the original states. The Northwest Ordinance had a Bill of Rights for the settlers in the territory. It guaranteed freedom of religion and trial by jury. So, freedom of religion and trial. Okay? It also stated there shall be no slavery nor involuntary servitude in said territory. So no slavery. Okay? This clause or condition added to the document marked the first attempt to stop the spread of slavery in the United States. The Ordinance of 1785 and the Northwest Ordinance attempt to make it possible the settlement of the Northwest Territory in peaceful and orderly way. In general, the laws were successful. Okay? The United States Congress would later take similar steps in the South. In 1798, it created the Mississippi Territory from the land west of Georgia. Congress organized the government of the territory in the same basic way as the Northwest Territory, except for one difference. They had to allow slavery, because the southern states wouldn't approve any of that if there wasn't slavery down there. Okay, so Mississippi Territory, Mississippi territory, they had slavery. But other than that, you had to have 60,000 people, freedom of religion and by trial, and slavery. And then they could have slavery. Now, not everyone who lived in that territory believed in slavery, but because you have people moving from like plantation area with their slaves over here, and you want new states, and every one of the 13 colonies has to approve a new state, this is the only way that they're going to do it. Now, don't worry, they got a plan, but that's how they got to do it right now. Okay, that's where we're going to stop for today. See you tomorrow.